I love my friend Rory. He is my best friend on the planet.
That's a guy I want in my bunker. I mean, that's a guy I want with me by my side in a battle.
I've always said that I would run through a wall for him. I think he lived his dream with 84 Lumber.
The reason I'm here is because I worked for him.
He molded my career, and if it wasn't for Rory Leightner, I probably would not be with 84 Lumber today.
I actually hired Rory back in 1980, in the early 80s and stuff. He worked for me at a store in Homer City, Pennsylvania. I could tell he was going to be a real go-getter from the beginning. He was just that type of a person.
I'm proud of what Rory's accomplished. He really, truly had all the right ingredients for that to happen.
He invested in me. On day one, on April 12th of 1988, he shared with me about profit sharing. He taught me about investing in myself for the future. As we grew in our families and I had a wife, we started vacationing together. So my kids call him Uncle Rory. It's who we are.
He's shown me through the years that I'm like another son to him, and he's like a father figure to me.
At the end of the grand opening of Macedonia, he put his tailgate down and we sat down on a tailgate, and he told me that he loved me. And I think he knew that I would probably take his place. He knew it was going to be hard to do that at first, and he was basically saying, hey, rest up. You're going to have some work to do. And then he stepped away for a few months, and I got promoted. And I know he recommended that Frank promote me to this job, and I think it's probably something I could never repay him for.
I try and take inspiration from the way he approaches the business. And you know, there's times in my career when I don't think I liked his total approach to it or understood it. And when you get older, you're like, oh, I get it. You can't be a ball of fire every day. You can't, just point and say, do this, do that. You've got to let people learn, and you got to let people grow, and you got to let people arrive at the right decision, and that's leadership. And so what I got from him is how to be a leader.
I would say Rory's main gift is bringing people together as a successful team. When he managed the Macedonia store, we called it the Island of Misfit Toys. We had salesmen that were previous area managers, salesmen that were previous RVPs, salesmen that were previous store managers. He brought them all together, created an environment where we could all work together, we were all competitive with one another, and we were successful.
I don't think there's anybody that's more prepared going into a sales encounter than Rory is. He always seemed to try to figure out what the questions are before they were asked and have the answers for him.
He's a fantastic businessman and very good at reading people and what they need and how they need it.
He's a true believer in what we do here. He wouldn't have done the jobs that he's done for as long as he's done them if he didn't believe in what we stand for as a company.
As a person, Rory is very driven. He's very focused on success. To do that, he would build a team around fun.
One evening after work, we head over to the Beer and Belly Deli. We're having some wings and we're having a pitcher of beer, and all of a sudden it was going to be a strength contest. And Rory grabs the chair by one leg and holds it up in the air, and it hits the ceiling fan. Well, needless to say, we were never invited back to the Beer and Belly Deli after that.
In all honesty, I think we brought the wild side out in each other, and probably much to our wives' dismay.
We have these manager golf outings, and we had a couple of managers going at each other a little bit, and everyone's trying to break it up, and I see Rory with a bottle of Jack Daniels in his hand, and he puts his arms in the air and he says, look at the passion of these people. And he just said, I just love the passion. And it's just something that stuck with me. He looks at it as a positive way of look at the passion of our people. Look how much they really care about business and care about each other.
If a truss was wrong on one of the buildings that we were building, Rory would come out, identify it, literally rip it out himself, throw it to the ground and get a new one ordered. That's how he approaches everything. If it's wrong, he fixes it immediately. He commands respect
from his peers simply because he's done everything imaginable in this company, and everybody knows it.
He's not a loud talker. He's not confrontational. He's not boisterous. He's just very confident. And when he talks with care. He cares about what he's saying.
He's genuine. There's no gray areas with him. Whenever you need something, he's always been there for all of us. And I mean all of us. I mean, he's mentored so many people over the years.
If you go look around and look at all the different people he's influenced over the years, you have a great number of other 84 Lumber leaders within the company currently.
He treats everyone as they have a talent. They have something special about them, and he always finds a way to bring that out.
Therefore, he's always been able to build teams. He's always been able to build people for the company because it wasn't about what he wanted to do and him keeping it. It was always about this is what we want to do and devolving authority to people, letting them scrape their knees. So he raised a whole generation of people that can now go out and do that.
His legacy is he's touched a lot of lives, to me. He was a great teacher to anybody that wanted to be taught, really.
For Rory, the legacy is, what else can you sell that person? What else, when you develop that relationship with a client and you become an indispensable partner, don't waste that. Like, offer a solution for them. Like, do you have a program for them? Do you have a product that solves their need? So for me, the legacy is in any time, in any macroeconomic climate, in many regions of the company, what he did and what he talked about doing works.
Installed sales is definitely his legacy, and the creation of the hub is his legacy. For me personally, it's his belief in other people. That's my legacy that I take from Rory, is he believed in people and gave them an opportunity to be successful.
Those are big shoes to fill. Almost like a legend in what he does and how he's created things for the company.
He makes it like you're working with your family, and you do this, you work for each other because you love each other. It makes this not a job. It makes it, you're just coming to work with your family every day and winning battles, you know, and it makes it a lot of fun.
He treats people with dignity and respect all the time. I guess to put it in a nutshell, he makes you want to be like him.
He's put a lot into 84 Lumber, a lot of his life, a lot of his time and stuff. I'm happy that he's come to that point that it's time to go to the second life, let's call it.
He's not sitting on the front porch in a rocking chair. He's going to keep busy. As long as he can spend more time with the family and the grandkids, that's what he and Carla are looking forward to.
He deserves it. I think he has accomplished so much with the company. He deserves to be able to enjoy his life.
There's a lot of people that Rory had influence on and helped along the way, and it'll be hard to calculate how many people there really are out there. But he's been a huge influence and significant influence in 84 Lumber and on me.